Welcome to the CULTSHOW, your campy, irreverent source for retro fun. We love 80s horror, comedy and sci-fi. We also love talking about these great films. Sometimes we stay on topic, other times not so much. So pop in a VHS tape, adjust the tracking, and join in on the conversation.
Oh, it's too hot for a cardigan.
No party for Neil.
No cardi.
And I feel like you've got too much layers on.
Oh, I'm good. I'm okay.
Oh, yeah, you're good in this swelter.
It's just, it is the poop season, as I refer to it. It is summertime.
Aren't you all happy? Don't you love summer?
Jeez.
Fuck
No,
you
I do
summer
not.
people. No.
Give me your cold and your freezing and
Yeah.
your frigid. And,
Exactly.
In that order.
and I will embrace them with open arms.
What's what
Yeah.
Ellis Island wants. So that's it.
That's what we
Anyway.
want.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Cult Show.
Yeah. So you have to excuse us if we drip.
Yeah.
Tripping.
For
But
those who
not,
don't, yeah.
don't judge us for our drip.
I mean, there's already a drip.
Excuse us if we drip.
Right. If you've been with us for a few seasons now, you know that bitching about the temperature in this basement is kind of normal.
It's what we do.
That's what we do.
What are we talking about?
Talking about Night Riders? One word. Night Riders, one word.
With a K.
Okay. There's a Caleb.
Not multiple David Hasselhoffs, but
Correct.
but
Which
yes.
is like every time I put it in, it was like, yeah, you want to watch the David Hasselhoff
And
show?
I'd be
I'm
like, yeah, I do.
but I'm looking for, where's Ed?
Give me that theme song.
Yep.
But before that,
What before that? Yes.
should we offer a cheers?
We should let everyone. Well, you know, we'll do cheers first. Fudge them.
Fuck,
Fudge 'em.
fuck
It's summer.
the kids.
Wow, that was very aggressive.
Well, you know, the heat brings it out in all of us.
That's right. As you may have been able to see, we are not live tonight.
We're not?
Again, we are.
We're not live? This isn't live?
This is not. We are not
I'm
live.
live. I don't know what you're doing, but
Well, they will not live.
No, you're right. We have. We had to come at you again, pre-recorded, but hopefully our next show will be back at you live.
You know how it is. It's the summertime. People are melting. They
Yes.
can't go and be live.
That's what happens.
Sometimes.
But you'll have at least one or two of us probably in the chat joining
yes.
You should be so lucky.
in the future.
You should be so lucky.
So,
Should we talk about everybody's day?
what did y'all do?
Well, season 2 of Interview with the Vampire has started. No spoilers. I love it so much. It's, my God, it's so good. I know you didn't read the books. You don't have to have read the books. I really think you'd enjoy it. It's so good.
Okay.
It's so, so good. I can't say enough about it. It makes my heart sing. It makes me happy. We've got also, we've got RuPaul's All-Stars going on right now. Stacked cast. It's a stacked cast of winners. So it's like RuPaul, and then I got the vampires, the vampire things. And then I have Doctor Who.
Oh.
Over here, the new Doctor Who. So we haven't really talked about it on this show, but I'm a Doctor Who fan.
Okay.
I'm not like like, you know, it's hard because when you say you're a fan of some like big projects, especially sci-fi ones, it's like you're expected to like, you know everything and all of that. And it's like I'm kind of like, if I like who the Doctor is, then it's like I've watched it, and you know, so I kind of come in and out. I love it. I love it so much right now on Disney. Have you guys watched it?
Mm-mm.
I don't think I've ever watched an episode of Doctor Who. I know I should because I like, sci-fi and.
You can definitely go into this season, and they'll tell you anything you need to know from like past Doctor Who's.
Right. See, I
if
think that's
anything
what it
ties
is
in.
because it's been going on like since
50 years or whatever. Yeah.
Like I'm not sure where I should start.
You
Like,
just start now.
Yeah.
Just start
I think
now.
right now is a good place to start.
Okay.
I know like little items of stuff that's happened over the past 50 years,
Right.
but this is a good starting point.
Yeah. And it's just made me happy, and it's made me remember why I love Doctor Who so much. Super good. And it's so like, sometimes it's really serious, and then other times it's really camp. And I just don't think there's a lot of programs out there that are like that, where it's like a good balance of like stellar acting and then also like high camp value. So it's like I got my RuPaul over here, I got my vampires over here, and Doctor Who fits perfectly in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
You
Me?
okay, producer Scott? it's warm.
Producer Scott nodded. I watched a movie that I really enjoyed.
Go on.
Furiosa.
Oh,
The Mad Max saga.
Saga.
Jesus.
It's a
Oh my
saga.
God.
Where are you from?
It's because we're not live and I don't care. I'm
It's
like
a saga.
I'm phoning it in right
Give
now.
no fucks. Yeah.
Okay. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga.
Very good.
I really like that movie. I
I've
thought
heard
it's a
nothing but
lot
good
of
stuff.
fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. What's her name? Anna
Yep.
Yeah.
Taylor-Joy?
Anya.
Anya?
Anya.
Okay.
Anya.
I thought
Anya.
she was excellent. Chris Hemsworth.
Hey, Scott, I think AI Caleb's having some glitches.
Can you turn my mic on? Because it's not working.
AI Caleb is a ripoff.
Yeah. Krim Simsworth.
Grim Simpson. I love that guy.
That's his new name.
Christopher Hemsworth is very ridiculous, over the top, take your pick, but a great antagonist.
Yeah.
And it just kind of continues the whole story. So I thought that was awesome. Go see it. I also started a new show. I am only one episode in, but Outer Range on Prime.
We
Yep.
watched a couple episodes of that.
Second season.
Yeah.
It's like weird, bizarre. I feel like I should have rewatched like the final episode of last season just because I kind of jumped back into it and I was like, wait, what? So, but yeah,
Okay.
enjoying it.
I remembered a movie I
Okay.
watched.
Okay.
What'd you watch?
I watched a movie on Shudder, and I think it's called "You'll Never Find Me."
Can you
Okay.
just fuck the title up to make me not feel so look so bad?
It's like hard. You can't do it on purpose. I think it's called "You'll Never Find Me," and it is interesting. It's a slow burn, which I do enjoy.
Mhm.
Producer Scott didn't like it as much as I did, but I had a very good time watching it. We both agreed that the acting was stellar. And it's basically, one of those, it's a two-person cast. And they carry this movie and they manage to make it make your mind go like, what's happening? You're trying to figure out what's going on. You're trying to figure out, is somebody good? Is somebody bad? What's happening here? There's a lot of tension. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll
Okay.
never find me. Cool. I don't have a ton to report other than I also picked up Outer Range Part 2 or Season 2, whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, same thing. Exact same response.
Oh,
I was
really?
like, God dang,
Okay.
I apparently
I'm
should.
glad it wasn't me.
No, because it picks up right where the other season stopped. And you get right into it. And you're like, it's been like a year
Yeah.
at least.
Who
Yeah, but I
remembers?
didn't
Yeah.
remember really, like, I remembered some things how it ended,
Right.
but I was like, wait,
Because they even had that previously and kind of showed you things.
Uh-huh.
Even that didn't help
yeah.
get you.
Okay,
Because
good.
it's already odd. Is that a word for
Yeah,
it?
it's out
Show?
there. Yeah.
In
It's
a
out
way.
It's an
It's
outer
really
range.
good. Very well done. But yeah, but by the end of the episode, I was like, oh yeah, this is why I watch the show. This
Right.
is really cool.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
anyway, yeah, I also recommend it. It's a fun show. If you like your Josh Brolin's and
There you go.
I love Josh Brolin.
so
Yeah.
he's good. So something else. I'm probably late to the party on this because when it comes to anything on the internet, typically I'm a few years behind.
It's called Frasier. No, I'm just
Yes, but thank you. That's what it was.
kidding.
There's this guy, and he's a therapist
Talk radio.
on the radio. He's got a dog. Speaking of dogs, you I'm assuming everyone knows about the "Can I Pet That Dog" video, right? Yeah. Okay. My son just showed this to me like last week, basically, and I was like,
Wow.
I was just kind of like, oh, that's kind of funny. So he kind of like,
That is basically saying I just discovered Frasier.
okay, is that old? Caleb doesn't know.
Neil,
Okay.
Because that was a
there's
Vine,
someone
wasn't
behind
it?
even you.
Wow.
And that would be me.
But
That
you
was a
love it, right?
Vine. That was
Yeah,
it's
that
funny.
is so old that the social the social media website it started on no longer exists.
Wow. All right, well,
Yeah, but what about tossed salads and scrambled eggs?
We'll call it again.
there's a chance. Scott, is there any way you could pull that up on the thing while I move on to something else so that Caleb can hear it real quick? Is that possible?
Yeah, I think
No,
everybody deserves to hear
it'll
it.
still be there for me.
No, everybody needs to hear it.
Okay,
All right.
I'll go on to the next thing while he does it. Long legs?
Did you see it?
No.
Oh
but
my god, I was going to say, if you watch that without me, this is over.
There was a Fangoria community web call they had, and I was on it.
Oh.
So they talked about the next cover of Fango is going to be long legs, but they won't show it because they want it to be a surprise. Because they say that it's so gory that it's like they can't. They don't want to put it out there, and they're afraid they can't show it on instant media.
Whoa.
Social media because it'll get kicked off or whatever.
Okay.
But it's pretty cool. So I'm like looking forward to. And Phil Noble, who was I said Insta Media. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but
It's the new social media.
Insta book space.
Yeah, that one.
Snap.
Yeah, you can't be the only one who gets to screw things up here. But anyway, so that's exciting. I think that's
mine.
I think that's exciting. Did you already have it, Scott? Is it?
I have it up.
All right.
Ready to go.
Okay. Let's see if you can do it so that Caleb can hear this thing.
Wait, what? Drag the slider to fit the puzzle?
What the fuck is
What
this?
is this?
What is this?
It's Insta Media, I tell you.
Oh, you went too far. You have to line it up. It's a new bot thing. They're trying to prove you're not a bot.
No. Hold on. I have to show this. I have to show this on screen. Let me.
They're trying to prove you're not a robot, like Caleb.
I've never seen this
There's
before.
no proof that Scott's
This is
not.
motorcycle. Yeah.
I hate that one.
I hate it.
Because like, is the person
Or
on the
the
motorcycle
street
count?
sign
No.
or the
Yeah, this piece of the handlebar.
Here's a
count?
bridge. What's a bridge?
the bridge. Yeah.
Okay, now do it again.
It's like,
Hell.
Do it again, robot.
yeah. At that point, I think they're just fucking with you.
Sorry, and excuse my little cough.
Okay.
I had a little plague cough.
Okay, what's going on?
Can you guys see this?
Look.
All right.
Look at this like captcha.
Look,
weird
podcasters,
thing.
look
Like,
at this.
This is how you have to get in. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool, though. I
You
like
lined
it.
it up. You did a good job.
Wow.
You're not a robot.
Hey, I'm verified. I don't want to log into TikTok. Wait,
Oh, we need volume.
there's no volume.
There is. Again, and louder.
You have to do it from the TV. And
Do it again, robot.
Are we supposed to laugh at people's accents?
Well, when it's a child, I think it's fine.
And you think a bear is a dog?
And it's so cute because it like is so
No,
desperate.
I'm laughing. I'm just saying. Are we supposed to?
I have no idea how that's gonna look on production.
Well,
Doesn't matter.
There might have to. I don't know.
It's a
but-
treat for everybody.
But it's a treat.
I'm sure someone's already copyrighted it, so we'll get a knock from
The bear copyrighted
playing.
it.
That's right.
The bear's like, fuck you, man.
That's my
Fuck
gift.
you.
Pay me, you motherfuckers.
Just remember, Neil, when you're editing this tonight, that you're the one who asked for that.
Right. My fault. You're right. Oh, well.
So long legs.
Whew, long legs we talked about. That was all, other than I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Me too.
So-
We love Osgood Perkins.
Yeah.
That's my most awaited film at this point.
That and Cuckoo.
Yeah, but long legs,
Yeah.
I think even a little bit more than Cuckoo for me.
I think so
But-
too. For
What
me.
are you,
Yeah.
cuckoo?
And Maxine's coming up,
And
Yep.
Maxine.
which Caleb I know is first in line for.
I know.
Anyway, okay.
Change them.
Please allow me to remind you about the cult film series on June 6th, which is coming up on a Thursday soon at the Roxy. We have Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, and The Birdcage. A couple of Sandra's picks there. So come on out if you're in the Sonoma County area. June 20th, we are doing our annual Mel Brooks double feature with Spaceballs and Blazing Saddles. So please,
Nice.
thank you. Thank you, Michael. Come on out for those as well if you want to laugh.
Something for everybody.
It is, isn't it?
And if you don't want to laugh,
Don't laugh.
Don't come.
yeah, go to the doctor's.
There
or
you go.
something. Get that fixed.
Other than that, don't forget, of course, that you can buy merchandise. from our store
At
at
www.thecultshow.com/store.
and of course we have affiliate links
That's right.
Hey.
to this
That is
shirt.
true.
To this exact shirt.
Sure. So after Neil's done with it, you too can have it
You get the shirt.
for
Then we send the shirt
10%
back.
off
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you use the code The Cult Show.
The Cult Show.
We will
At-
give you
at
the
checkout.
shirts off Neil's back.
No, it's 20% off this shirt.
Wouldn't it be
The
funny if you
10%
were
or
wearing like
20%?
10 of those and it's like, you get a shirt, you
get
get
it.
a shirt.
And the pit stains are free. Anyway, you go to Fango, you get the Cult Show, and 20% off. I wanted to test it to make sure it worked, and it did.
Yeah.
It did
It
work.
worked.
So
It
this
did
is,
work.
Okay.
It did. So yeah. And when you do that, I think I don't know. They give us something eventually. I'm not sure
Oh,
what.
well.
It might be a.
I might have to go do that too then.
I'm not
'cause
sure
I
what
think
you
I
get.
need to
Alex,
do
I don't know.
a
Yeah.
Pride.
Yes. They do have their
February
They
Pride.
have the
shirt.
Pride one out. Which is
Although,
nice.
yeah, I guess you can buy it from them, and also Fright Rags is going to be selling them.
Okay.
The Fango Pride merch.
Okay.
Oh, but you want to use our code.
Yeah. You want to go through
Save
that.
20% at Fango.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
Sandra. I give it to Scott.
Thank
Sandra.
you. Okay.
Good old Jake.
White.
You know what? You know I'm just playing. You know I'm just playing.
The year?
Here, I'll tell you what. Next time we do one of
Trying
these
to go.
shows, you come over here and you choose the bumper. Say, hey Scott, I'd like to change the bumper this week.
No,
Or maybe even, hey Scott, would you like to change the bumper this week? Not, oh, play the bumper. Oh, okay, that's right. Oh, it's the same one. Scott just.
No, because I like doing
Lazy
the.
old
Oh, it's the
Scott.
same one.
Yeah.
It's,
But you know what?
No,
It's the
actually,
best
how
one.
about this? Scott really likes this bumper.
I do actually. Really
Can I put that
Is that better? Is that-
The year is 1981. This is a documentary. A medieval reenactment troupe struggles to maintain its family-like dynamic and pressure from local authorities. Oh, amid pressure from local authorities, interest from talent agents, and their king's delusions of grandeur. This is, believe it or not, a Romero film. George A. Romero wrote and directed this movie. It stars people that you may know, including Ed Harris, Tom Savini, which, by the way, can we just this is now a Tom Savini fan podcast.
Yes.
That is all this is. So they're a troupe of medieval reenactors. There's a twist. They ride motorcycles when they do their jousts and whatnot. And yeah, they're tight. They're tight like a family's tight. And then they got all these outside pressures. They got the law coming down on them. They've got people who want to make them into big stars. We're dealing with egos. We're dealing with everything. We're dealing with money. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
We're
a hard
dealing
one.
with a king with a code who wants to live a certain lifestyle.
Yeah.
He's got a code. Caleb, why don't you start?
Well, first of all, I have to say, I think this is the gentlest Romero film I have ever seen.
Pretty gentle.
Okay.
I will also say it's charming. I mean, how can it not be?
Yeah. It's Prince
I will
Charming.
also say it is weird as fuck. It is confusing at times as fuck. It is hilariously, but not on purpose. Hilarious as fuck.
Yeah.
But not on purpose. And yet, I still like watching it.
You say that with shame.
I mean, because I'm not sure. Do I like it? Do I not like? I mean, what is it about it? I mean, I'm hoping to just talk about it and
Maybe you'll know
laugh
by the
and
end.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll know, but I don't know what it is. This is the second time I've seen it. You know, I willingly chose this, knowing that we
You
would
saw
have to
it
watch it again.
a long time ago the first time, or
I think the first time I watched it was during the pandemic. So,
Oh.
Not
Somewhat
that long
you know,
ago.
Yeah.
4 years. I mean, that was like 4.5 years ago now. But
Okay.
so
You, me, you,
Yeah.
me, to you, to me, to me, to you.
You know, I really want to hear what you have to say, but you go ahead. All right, go ahead.
You want me that? Where's my stick? Hold on. You thought we were done with the light stick, then you were wrong. This movie This movie. This is a funky, funky little movie. You can see why audiences struggled with it. They probably thought they're going to get something else with Romero too on
Right.
there. There's hints of the Romero we know. I will say that. I love it.
Really?
Wow.
I love it because it's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
I'm a Ren-Fest girly. Hello. So that's cool. You're probably wondering why I have a butterfly in my head if you've never seen this movie. Also, should have pointed that out earlier. But it's like, like you said, it's kind of confusing sometimes. But it has, like, there's times where there's like a motorcycle chase with almost pratfalls and like literal like banjo, like banjo music. But then there's also like a scene of domestic violence, and you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
There, you couldn't get like more culty than this. You can't get more culty than this movie.
I guess it's like having a pie in the face during a zombie apocalypse.
Right.
Right,
You
and
know?
then also somebody's like pouring out their heart and having a nervous breakdown,
Yeah.
and then you hear that.
Right.
And also Stephen King has a cameo in it.
Stephen
Yes.
King.
Eating a
But
sandwich.
Scott and I, producer Scott and I, we were both like 10 out of 10. We'll watch again.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in and before you get in here, Neil, this movie fucking rocks. I love this movie so much,
Yeah.
and I cannot believe
Wow.
that I had never heard of it.
Yeah, because we are Ren-Faire people. And we're like, what the fuck?
And little like, I am, even though I haven't done it in many, many years, in my heart, a LARPer. And this is LARP culture
Yes.
to a T.
Yes.
Everything from the incredibly cheesy fun stuff to the kind of uncomfortable stuff.
Where people are like having a moment. Yeah.
This movie is fucking rad. I love
Yeah.
this movie so much.
I plan to make
It's
other
also
people watch
weird
it.
as shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I love this movie.
We could also probably trim about 20 minutes off of her
for sure.
if we're being real.
Yeah, it's pretty long at 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm a total geek for anything Arthurian related too.
Okay.
So already right there, T.H. White isn't my favorite, sorry. But even right there, I was like, they use the names and stuff.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Well,
Nice.
I mean, it warms my heart.
It makes me so
that
happy.
You two,
Yeah.
because I mean, we've said before, Romero is my guy. So, and then this movie, to me, honestly, it feels like family because of who was in it. I mean, these are the
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
When you get the Savinis, and again, Tasso, which we talked about from Dawn of the Dead episode, and
Ken
Warner Stroop, I think his name, what it was.
Yeah.
He was the announcer guy.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was in Creep Show. There's several people from Creep Show in this movie. There's all these people you recognize.
Pip character. Was that the Pip character?
The one who kept kind of enunciating what was going on.
Yeah, yeah. And
announcing
he has
forward.
his love story thing.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, Pip.
So I this is probably my fourth time watching it.
Okay.
I would guess.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, I like Caleb. I don't know why this movie was made. There's really no reason for it.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't make sense to write this movie.
Right.
But yet, it's like you just cannot watch it, I
Yeah.
guess. And,
Yeah.
And there's kind of like the Romero thing comes in of like, it's kind of like for misfits.
Yes, exactly.
And he has a lot of
That's probably why I
societal.
responded.
He has a lot of societal messages put into the movie, and kind of like these people who don't want to live in the rat race anymore, and like it has like Romero DNA.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they tackle more probably ahead of its time content.
Yeah, we will get to that.
I know.
Yeah.
Certain
For
things.
sure.
I mean, frick, man, Tom Savini just. I mean, he looked fabulous.
We get a slow clap for Tom Savini.
Seriously, I mean, he actually had some decent acting in this.
The man can act.
Yeah, I mean,
I will die by that sword. Anybody who says Tom Savini can't act, watch this movie. Like, he actually has nuance. His
Yes.
character has development.
Yeah.
Somehow he became both my favorite six-fingered man and my favorite sheriff of Nottingham in this film.
And he's actually neither of those characters.
so yeah, it's one of it is a bizarre film.
Yeah.
It is long,
Right.
But Patricia Tallman,
Yeah,
absolutely love her.
yeah.
Right.
So I mean, first time I saw her in this, but then I never saw her again until the Night of the Living Dead remake, which Savini directed.
Right.
And then that's when I kind of like got to know her. And then after watching this again, like, holy crap, that's her. And then I think she did a really great job as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
And she went on to have a long career, which doing stunt work and acting and everything. So
Very cool.
okay.
anyway, okay, I'll let you go.
All right. We start. Oh God, it's so weird. It's so weird, right? Like we start, and we're in like a forest setting. There's a bird on the wing. It's like a
bird
raven.
POV kind
So
of.
like, yeah, it's bird POV. And then you have naked people, and they look kind of like you like if you were just to put this on, you might think you're watching like a period film, and then suddenly motorcycles. And it's a Renaissance fair. And you're like, what? I thought I was watching like a King Arthur movie. Pretty much right into it. So he has a dream. Ed, who plays the king. Is it King William?
King Billy,
Billy.
King William, King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like King Willie.
Okay.
So he had the dream. He had the dream again about the blackbird. And it's like, can you just call it a raven? Like, anyway. And we've got Tom Savini's character, Morgan. He picked Morgan Le Fay. He didn't know it was actually a female character. It's kind of
That's
funny.
right.
He is clearly the bad boy of the group.
Yes.
He
But
is
they're
the Black
still
Knight.
like best friends, but there's like, we got that going on. Why did I say Ken? Who's Ken?
Ken Foree.
Ken
Ken
Foree,
Foree's
maybe?
in it. Yeah, oh my God, we forgot to mention
right,
him.
Yeah,
Ken
he
Foree.
plays Little John.
He plays
Yeah.
Little John, he does. And it's great because it's like, again, like having just watched
Mhm.
Dawn. It's just so weird. But
Oh,
it's
and
like,
Scott Reniger.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody's back. So Tom's a bad boy. And right away, you're going to pick up on the Guinevere character tension with the Lancelot. So they
Yes.
kind of like play that angle. And it's kind of a long game to get around to
Yes.
it. But I was like, I see that look. We're
Yeah.
going with the Lancelot-like character and the Guinevere-like character in love.
Right.
It was
Um,
very forward, though. It wasn't like they were hiding it. You know what I
No.
mean? At all.
No, not at all. But she's still technically with William, and he's
Right.
single. He was annoying. I didn't like him, but Lancelot characters are kind of annoying like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was, of all the characters, he was the one that was...
the prince, the king, whatever the fuck he is. He also annoyed me sometimes because he's like so self-righteous, and you're just like, oh, for God's sake. So there's a girl, her name's Julie, and her family are making a damn scene at the ren-faire.
Well, the dad is.
Yeah, but I mean, she is kind of like yelling
Well,
as well.
She's just like I don't know. She's just kind of trying to walk away from it all.
Yeah, I wouldn't say she's trying to like, just calmly like fade out. And she, stranger danger, gets on the Alan's motorcycle,
Yeah.
wheels
Yep.
away. So we got that going on. So it's already a lot going on. The law's coming down on them. The king will not yield.
So basically, the cop wants a payoff for them to operate there. They have already paid all their money. They've paid their fees. They got all their licensing. They got this guy just wants an extra taste. Thank you, producer Scott. No, King says no. I will not pay.
That's right. Yeah.
More on
that's-
that later.
Yeah, so that's
It
probably
comes
going to
back.
come to bite him in the ass a bit later.
Yeah.
In the audience of that show
Yes.
is our good buddy Stephen King.
This is where we get the
And his
Stephen
wife.
King.
And
Isn't it?
Tabitha.
Oh, and Tabitha.
Tabitha
And
was there as
Tabitha.
well.
Yeah.
It's and he's almost like he's rehearsing his Geordie character. He's not quite there yet, but he's kind of getting Geordie
He's getting Geordie.
ready to
He's
go.
getting in there. So what I read was he was there on set because he and Romero were talking about Creepshow.
I'm sure.
And so he just threw him in.
So just get in the
So
picture.
just get in there.
You're Stephen King.
Yeah.
Um,
Workshop that
Yes.
Jordy Verrill.
and he's being Scott. Would we call him a smark
Yeah.
in
actually,
wrestling terms?
Yes, he is. He's being a smart. He's like, oh, this is all just like blood packs in the mouth and
Fake.
It's
Okay.
all just fake and it's
Yeah.
all just.
But the whole time he's eating this sandwich and talking with his mouth
So
open, and
gross.
you get to see the food he's chewing and
Yep.
Uncalled for.
yeah.
He's really just a spoil sport. Smarks are still really excited about the
That's
product.
true. He's like a spoiled smart. Did you say like how many times you'd seen this movie?
Yeah, I said probably about 4.
Okay,
This is
yeah.
probably my 4th.
But it's been a while. Had it been a while?
It's been a fair amount of time,
Okay.
probably.
I'll excuse you for not ever having told me about Merlin then.
I'm sorry. Yes, I apologize.
Merlin. That's the vibe I'm bringing to the function. Is the Merlin vibe. I love him. Immediately, I was like, you and me. We're men of science. We're men of magic. We're over here giving everybody life advice. Like, it was. We're wearing crystal. We're wearing jewelry.
Right.
Merlin.
Where's your harmonica?
That man should not be let near a harmonica. That man thinks he's good. He is not.
Let us say,
Again, very true to LARPing.
I could LARP the
Probability,
harmonica.
man.
I could LARP the harmonica as well. No, I'd probably play the harmonica about the same, so we also have that in common. But yeah, I loved him. I absolutely love that character. Chef's kiss. And you know who else I love? Roxy, the girl knight,
Mhm.
which even Julie says like far out.
She does. You're right.
Yeah.
She was a good night too. Good night.
Oh, Roxy, like, yeah, she's so good.
Yeah.
We love her. Kind of nice to joust on motorcycles because you don't like end up accidentally hurting a horse.
Right.
Which I feel is how this probably transitioned during writing. Is like, I'm going to make a period piece that's really expensive and using live animals is very unpredictable.
Right.
I'm going to make a ren-faire piece.
I did say ren-faire, didn't I? Yeah.
The only problem with motorcycles is that in some of those stunts, when you face plant into the ground,
Okay.
I'm sorry, you fucking die.
So that's the other thing. The stunt work in this is like incredible, but I also feel it's like just some yokels on motorcycles going like, I can do that.
They're on they're like on cocaine and like
Yeah.
But it's great. I love it. And they put it all together, in a cohesive little story.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, there's no amount of like it isn't like they rehearsed, and they threw guys off onto like really cushioned packs. I mean, those
they're on dirt.
dudes are just like flap, and
Right.
the whole bodies bend over and flip
Yeah.
back.
It's like fucking
There's
Johnny
literally,
Knoxville.
Like a scene where they freaking like stop Tom Savini's front wheel,
Right.
And the whole bike is freaking he just face plants into the
They
ground.
do that like 3 or 4 times.
And it's like, how is he not dead?
Yep.
Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
No,
It's jackass level.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it exactly.
Yep.
So the idea is that they joust. It's an elimination joust. And then it gets down to 2 people and they have to do the whole chariot fight.
I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's
until
like,
that person wins. And then
I
the
think-
king can possibly step in if he
yes.
deems the winner worthy.
Well, that's kind of like how jousting works. Is they would do the
Right.
jousting part, and then you would go and like fight till like first blood or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it would be like either the chariot thing or it'd be the just man to man.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. Also, some of my jousting knowledge is from that movie with Heath Ledger in it. So
First
Oh.
night.
first night,
Okay.
yes, very that
It's
is my
not
knowledge.
that, but
Yeah. So that's
more on that later.
Yeah, I know when Ed Harris wants to step in, everyone gets mad at him for being involved.
For being
actually
involved, because
being there.
he's already injured.
he's got a bad shoulder.
Right.
well,
But
he gets the bad shoulder from.
no, it was
No, it's
already bad.
existing.
It was already bad to
Existing.
begin
Oh.
with.
Pre-existing
That's
condition.
why they didn't want him to do it.
That's
And
why
that-
he was. That's why
and
he
then
was
that's-
whipping himself with switches in the lake at the beginning.
Is
butt
that why?
naked.
Oh yeah, naked. You get to see the
It's a
butt.
very Finnish thing to do. It's a very Finnish thing to do.
What was I
To
gonna
whip
say?
yourself in the lake?
Yes.
Oh,
Seems
so
like-
so if the king decides
right.
that he's going to challenge the winner of the tournament,
Right.
if the winner of the tournament bests the king and gets the king to yield, that person can then become king.
You got a new king.
But it's up to the knights that have already lost to come in and protect the king, the fallen king,
Right.
so that there can be no usurper.
And nobody wants Tom Savini as the king.
You do.
Well, not the beginning Tom Savini. He's got a, He's got
We'll take any Tom.
He's got a
Yeah,
character
you know.
arc.
So it was kind of funny because there's the part where Julie goes to put her necklace on
Sir Alan's.
yes.
Yeah.
And I was like screaming at the TV. I'm like, girl, use your handkerchief. It's right there and it's more period accurate. And then it was kind of funny that she's like, fuck, you know, right there.
She heard you.
She heard me.
You yelled loud enough.
So the cops.
Yeah, we said more on them.
The cops, what, they come back this
They
time
come
at the
back.
end, right?
They do like a little kind of raid. They find some weed.
Oh, wait, are we at that already?
That was
That, that,
Yeah,
that,
pretty
that-
much.
at that
Oh my
camp or was it
God.
the next camp?
I don't know.
No, is this
It's at that camp.
That camp, right?
It's at
Yeah.
the first camp.
Yeah, the
I
first
mean,
camp.
they, you know,
Yep.
yeah.
There's a lot going on.
They show you how it all works.
Right.
now we get into the nuts and bolts of the.
Right.
That's what I was going to say before that. Well, so after everybody plays, then the townies get to get on their motorcycles.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
and play
do
night.
their little, yeah.
So this gives us an opportunity to have even more fucking crashes and crazy shit happen. And there's a Nazi. Oh my God. And of course, in true Romero fashion, he's like, let's school that Nazi and let's have the woman do it. And it's like, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, I
that's
like
true.
that. Ken,
and he gets read to filth.
Yes, he does.
Like what am I signing away? Oh, you know, your intelligence, your good looks, nothing of importance.
And he's so stupid, he doesn't even realize.
Yeah, he just, what?
I will say too, like for 1981, the fact that we have Ken Foree getting to do so much again in a movie and like very shirtless and very like showing him off, and then we also have another knight who's a black person,
Mhm.
and then we also have a black townsperson in the crew, and then we have Roxy who's a woman.
Right.
So again, it's like for 1981, it's Romero being like, "Oh, you said I can't hold my beer," you
Right.
know,
Right.
like much respect. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, then we school the Nazi. The cops come for the weed from Bagman.
Yeah.
Bagman's the character's name.
Yes. Okay. But the cops plant the weed. So,
Did they?
I mean, he says it's a plant, Billy, and Billy's like, I know.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
Oh,
I-
so
You thought he meant it's a
I thought
plant?
he was literally talking
didn't
about
even,
like it's a plant.
Yeah.
Marijuana is a
It's
plant.
just a plant.
Well, you know.
It's not a
Let's say we're both right and we're both wrong.
no, I think Billy made it pretty clear he didn't want any drugs in the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
no
I think
doubt.
Billy made a lot of things
But-
clear.
oh, that's
doesn't-
true.
That doesn't mean that the rules were followed.
There's no way they weren't doing drugs. Let's be honest.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Then that's why I was like, come on.
Okay.
They're going to have weed there. So,
All right. I took it as the cop put it there.
Well, I think he did.
I think you're right. I just
I know you are probably right.
Because
But
it's
it's kind
probably-
of funny that you and I were same page.
And it makes sense, like, because he probably was like, they might have weed, but I need to be able to, like, find it right away.
Yeah.
And I love it. Like, Bagman's like, you got a warrant? Like, no. And they're, like, so mean. The cops are so mean.
Yep.
So I think this is when Morgan first is like, can we just pay these guys off?
Yes.
Yeah.
He brings it up again later too. And I'm like, I'm sorry, am I the asshole? I think we should pay them off too. I think we should just be done with these people and pay them off and get out of here.
Right.
But you see the struggle between Morgan and Ed
Yes.
Harris.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one
Savini
ideal, one set of ideals versus another.
I like to think of myself as an ideals lady, but at
Mhm.
the same time, I'm like, I don't like this cop and I want him to go.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just really funny. I was like, yeah, let's
But if
pay
you're
him.
already making very little money to begin with and you're sort of eking out this existence.
You could pay him and then steal it back.
You know, I don't think it was really the money though. I think it was just,
Ideals.
yeah,
it's the principle.
it's the principle.
So it was at this moment that
Yeah.
one, I realized, oh wow, this is very like Jesus Judas kind of thing. Like, no, you should be, you know, different ideals.
Yes, very much.
And this was also the point that I then realized that this did what Jesus Christ Superstar did, but better. Of mixing like this modern kind of 70s feel with this kind of, you know, period piece kind
Yes.
of aesthetic as well.
Mm.
It's like what Jesus Christ Superstar kind of wanted to pull off.
Interesting.
Kind of true. Like
Okay.
they are cousins. Like if you like this, you'll probably like that. For real. We forgot to mention that after the jousts are done, everybody cleans up. and because they've got to basically leave no trace and make it look nice and
Right.
everything. And then they kill and eat game birds. I was cracking up as they're plucking things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess what we're trying to show is that they kind of have to live off the land because they don't have a
Yes.
lot of money.
They're living an authentic.
Thank you. That's
An authentic. I can't even say it without laughing.
Yeah. Like this bird was killed with honor,
Right.
dignity, and loyalty.
We're gonna use every piece of the bird. We're gonna pray to its spirit.
We're gonna have a ceremony.
Thank it, you
Yeah.
know, for giving up its life so that we can.
It was I don't know. It just, again, it's part of this movie is sometimes it's like things, like I said with the banjos, it goes from one thing to another thing really fast.
It is, you know.
Yeah.
It's also kind of like they're sort of hippie-ish in a way.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah. But also not.
but cooler.
Yeah.
And but also very not. Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of fun. Anyway, eating birds is part of the code.
Yes. Yes.
Duh.
So Bagman has to go to jail, and
Oh, King William says like,
I'm gonna go.
I'm going with you because I want to keep an eye on him, and if anything, you know,
Right.
I'm going to watch him the entire time.
and he says, everybody stay here. Don't move on.
Yes.
And Lynn, the Guinevere character, she's basically like, actually, this is the plan. This is a new plan. It's a better plan.
Right. Pack up and move to the next town.
Some will, they're kind of like, we need to get ahead of it. We need to do this. But, like, a couple of us will, like, kind of stay around. And,
Yep.
it's smart. And it kind of also goes to show us in the plot development that, some people in the company have really good ideas.
Yes.
And maybe it's kind of like William not trying to be like, a dictator or anything, but he's like, I got this. Like, I call the shots. And it's like, well, maybe you should kind of listen to some other people's ideas. Maybe.
But then you jump cut to the prison and Bagman getting the crap beat out of him.
A brutal scene of
the
police
cop is
brutality.
just working this guy over and making sure that Billy can see what's happening. I mean, he's actually screaming like, "Stop it!"
Again, you go from this to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's very abrupt.
It was a little jarring.
Yeah, and there's a couple of those. But you can kind of see why people watching this and then, like, would be like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And again, Romero's making a statement here. He's saying his Romero-y things. Bagman kind of laughs it off. He's, because he's at, like, a good place in his life.
Right.
Yeah. Compares it to another time cops beat him up. Like,
Heartbreaking.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this when they first mentioned Steve?
Probably yes.
The
The
lawyer?
lawyer?
The lawyer? Yeah.
The motorcycle riding lawyer who
Yeah.
rides ahead to the next town?
Yep. Sets up permits and does what he has to do.
How random is that? Because it's almost like they're sitting there in the writer's room and they're like, people are never going to believe this. And they're like, you're right. We need a lawyer that goes and plans all of this for them. And it's like, I just imagine Steve, I think a lot of his dialogue ended up on the editing room floor. But it's like, what was Steve's backstory? Was he like, I don't want to be a big time lawyer anymore, man? Maybe he made a lot of money, but he was kind of like, for the defense, maybe he was like defending like people he knew was bad, and he's like, I can't live this way anymore. I swear to be free. I swear to be easy rider. And it's like we were talking about when we talked about the what was the movie we just did that I picked with the trucks?
Road Games.
Road game.
Thank you.
We were all remember. It's kind of like we were talking about, this is early 80s and then like 70s, 80s, like, it's like back to that, like the wide open.
Yes.
Mhm.
And the spaces in the, I'm in my truck and I'm on my motorcycle and I'm free.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think this is what I got in my head
Tell me.
is that Billy, King Billy, or William as you guys are calling him, and Steve have history. Whatever Billy, William,
Billy
Right.
D. Williams.
D. William, Ed Harris did in the past before this, and Steve probably intersected somehow. And so
Okay.
once he's like, okay, I'm going to go start a traveling troupe of motorcycle jousting.
Right. The
She's like, what
was
are you, nuts? Well, you're going to need a lawyer if you do. So,
This is my new fan fiction headcanon now.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, Steve Steve prosecuted Billy at one point for
No.
something. He prosecuted
No.
Billy for being like, like a vagabond, and like it was enemies to lovers. He ended up just falling in love with everything that Billy had to say. And he's
The
like,
code.
No, I'm no longer working. I'm no longer an ADA. I'm following this man.
Yeah. So it's a little
So he's-
culty.
A little culty.
Well, no, I mean, going back to your whole Jesus theme.
Yes.
Yeah, he's very Christ-like.
He becomes a disciple and says, "I'm going to follow you."
Yeah, he's very Christ-like. There's allegory.
Yeah.
There's allegory here. I love that we all have created such a world for Steve. He also has a very fancy motorcycle.
A little fancier.
So he was in money.
Yeah, he's got the big shield in the front.
He also, if
But-
you watch him, he does not ride it very well. Like if you look
Does he?
closely, oh yeah.
Probably too heavy
Right.
for him.
Well, I mean, he's putting his legs down like way too soon, and you can see him kind of
Really?
struggling a couple times. Yeah,
I was just
watch closely.
I was just mesmerized by his hair
Next
in the
time you
wind.
watch it, since you both loved it very much,
Which will be today.
just watch Steve as he's writing, and you'll see a couple like whoopsies.
It's like our Bible study. We watch a little bit every day and then discuss it. Neil, did this remind you of your motorcycle days?
Oh, this absolutely was how I was. My hair blowing in the wind, full armor riding through the city. Just cruising around.
With like big helmet,
big-
With the
giant-
motorcycle helmet
Yep.
with extra.
Yep.
plumage.
Full on plumage on top. Absolutely. This is exactly what I did. Surprised you guys don't have pictures of me around town.
Put them up. Put them up, producers.
You know, we haven't mentioned yet was Angie, or at least not a lot,
Ange.
who was the mechanic,
She's a grace monkey.
basically,
Yes.
and kind of, I guess Morgan and her have
On again, off again.
on again, yeah.
Yeah.
She wants to on again. He's used her when it's convenient
Well,
for him.
someone mentioned that he cheats on her all the
Cheats
time.
on
Oh yeah, it's.
So-
I mean, it's clear that he does.
And she's
Yeah.
kind of like, she's a very talented mechanic. She's kind of his mechanic. I mean, it looks like she helps everybody, but it's kind of like she's his lead or something.
Right.
And it's very sad because they are kind of cute together.
Yep.
But I mean, nobody wants to see her getting played like that.
Right.
It's gross.
Especially because she is a big part of that production they do, and that of course is Christine Forrest, who
Right.
married George at one point after that, and then of course became Christine.
From what I read,
Forrest
the
Romero.
last day of shooting, they got married.
Oh really?
Oh.
Of this film. Yeah.
Very nice. That's cool.
I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah.
So I think now is probably a good time to mention too. This actually, we get this a little bit before Bagman goes off to jail. Is we get introduced to, as we're talking about, Pip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need so much nuance for this part of the movie. Okay, for 1981, they are being progressive in the first scene where they talk about him. What is happening is they're painfully trying to shove him out of the closet,
Correct.
which
Yeah.
is so bad.
Yeah.
Never do that to somebody. But they're trying to be like, but we love you and we want you to be the real you. And it's like, it's painfully dated for what's happening. But this is big for 1981.
Correct.
That they are trying to be like,
They want
don't
him
care if you're
out.
gay.
They're
Yeah.
going to accept him regardless. You know,
right.
they just want him to be happy. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was kind of funny because it was like, we was kind of watching the scene and our faces were going from like, to like, oh, but it's like,
I know it's
Sweet.
it's sweet, but no, that's wrong. Don't do that.
but it's an important part of the movie.
Right.
Again, it's very
And it turns out he
important.
doesn't even know. You know,
yeah, when he's
that's
having-
what it
yeah.
comes down to is he doesn't know whether he's gay or straight.
Right, and he doesn't really appreciate being badgered about it around
Correct.
the campfire.
Right.
Correct.
By one of his best friends, Angie.
It's not very code.
Yeah.
So we'll come back to Pip later. We get the police brutality. Actually, it's not too long before we get back to Pip and Ange, because they're like besties.
Right.
And he's laying down some hard truths to the grease monkey. He's like, you don't think you're worthy of somebody that treats you right because you think you're just like a dirty mechanic girl. But he's also kind of, I guess, mirroring what they were doing to him in a way of like, you're more than that. You're like a good person. And then he kind of like comes out, and
Yeah.
it's very sweet.
It is.
It's very sweet. And then we'll come back to Pip again in a little bit. The Pip saga continues.
The troop is moving to the next town,
We got to move on.
And
Yeah.
Billy
Eventually
gets out of jail with
Right.
the bagman.
Yeah.
We've got Merlin.
They meet up with Steve, and then they
Yeah.
Right.
and then they're very mad. Or he's very
mad that they moved
that
on
they
without
moved on
following his
without him.
orders. Yeah.
Is
And
this-
not only that,
Yeah.
he walks in on them when he gets to their camp,
Right.
and they're basically having a meeting deciding things.
Right.
And he's like, oh, is
Without
this a council
him.
meeting? Is this a council meeting?
Yeah.
And he's all up
He
in
screams that you
arms.
Yes.
can't have a council meeting.
Yeah.
And it's very
yeah.
ridiculous.
It
It's-
is.
Yeah.
Because it just shows how unyielding and inflexible and
Rigid.
rigid he is. Yeah.
Black and white.
Yeah.
Is this when he, oh my God, he's mad at, is this when he's mad at, no, okay. So Friar Tuck has.
Oh, another character that I love.
I thought he was kind of gross a little, but I came around to him at the end. I didn't
Right.
like the part where he was like oogling Julie. I was like, oh, really? But I like him and the photographer lady, and they have like a little romance together,
Yes.
and it's very cute. So Friar Tuck and Morgan kind of are starting talks a little bit on the side with the big promoter TV Vegas people.
Right.
And they're at that meeting. And I think, is this where Billy says, I'm going to wipe you out, man?
I think that's to the cop when they're
I
leaving
think
the
he says
jail.
to the cop.
That's a
when
cop. We're leaving the
Yeah.
jail.
Yeah.
he's
It
all,
was
if I
funny.
ever see you,
It was
I'm gonna,
funny.
It was.
wipe you out, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't even get what that means. You can wipe somebody out.
Wipe out.
But Billy's mad at this meeting too.
Yes. Very.
He spends most of the rest of the movie being mad.
The guy that plays the sleazy TV guy,
Oh yeah, he's.
that guy, okay, I don't know the actor's name.
I've seen him on Miami Vice. I've
He's been
seen him.
everything.
You
He's
know.
in Jurassic Park. He's the
Yeah,
lawyer.
he's a lawyer. Yeah, yeah. That's
It
right.
was killing me the whole movie.
Yeah,
I'm like, I've seen you be sleazy elsewhere.
yeah.
Jurassic Park.
And
you
I
did
think that's what he
Jurassic
does. That's he. Made
Oh,
a,
yeah.
He made a career out of. He's a character actor, just being sleazy.
Being sleaze.
Park. When we meet the camera lady, Scott immediately identified
the camera.
And how much would that vintage camera go for today? We love what we would sell.
In mint
Yeah.
condition, probably about 250, 300. I have one.
You have that camera?
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Send all your cameras to producer
Yeah.
Scott.
There you go.
It's a Canon AE1 program.
There you go.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so the fireside chat that Billy and Merlin and Steve have is very Jesus feeling right there too.
Right.
And that's where we get some of that sick harmonica playing from me and my cohort. The group is starting to splinter after Billy's
Yes.
outburst. You hate to see it happen. Ange stands up to Morgan, which is good.
Needs to happen.
Yeah.
And so does Pip. He stands up to him and some other random guy in the company.
Yeah, he was kind of a random guy just kind of palling around.
Yeah. So then they have this match that gets out of pocket real quick.
Yes.
Producer Scott storms out of the sound fan. When he notices that his headphones, I'm like, it's Scott, he's leaving. The king, he's really at war, and he's like trying to be in control, he's trying to be nice, he's kind of an asshole. He says some nice things to Pip, and then he kind of like shoves the guy at Pip because he's like, it's you two, which is kind of cute.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. But then
drink something.
a bike.
Won't help.
An out of control bike.
Tell them about it.
Out of control bike. Because when a lot of time when we haven't talked about it, but when people fall off there from jousting,
Yeah.
the bike keeps going sometimes.
Yes.
And they got people like, rodeo clowns basically go and tackle the
Yeah.
bike. So it doesn't go into the audience and wipe them out, man.
Right.
So
Yeah.
and
so
one
this
unfortunately
lady-
gets missed.
Right, and just takes this lady out.
Yeah.
To the face.
This is the thing. It just keeps on going. They just keep on fighting. They just keep,
Yeah.
like some guy shows up that I don't know if Billy like identifies this person as the dragon that he's been searching for or whatever, but they just sort of like, and it's this sort of young Native American, guy, but they go after each other, and this lady's just
Bleeding out.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, it's a tire to her
Right.
face.
And the disgruntled sound man puts disco on, and the crowd's loving it. They're all dancing, and that's what pissed Billy off. He
Yeah.
goes over there and turns the music off, and now the crowd's mad because they want their awesome disco music.
Which, Billy, let's not get too high on your high motorcycle here. Like, you were playing pre-recorded horns. Like,
Right.
if you were really that passionate about the realism, like they should be playing those horns,
You'd have
Billy.
horns.
Billy.
But
Billy.
disco is just, that's too modern. We
and the
cannot
lady-
have that.
The lady who gets hit has a baby.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Where's the baby in all of this?
and the court jester comes and gets the baby, which is nice. But and that's when sorry, it's so cute. In the midst of the chaos, that's when Pip and the other guy, they're like, "Do you want to like be together?" And they're like,
Right, yeah.
And he's like, "Did we just get married on the
As on
radio?
this,
Yeah.
will you be my lover?
Right.
Yes!
Did we just get married on the radio?" I love that.
Will you go out with me? Yes, no, maybe.
So, anyway, so crap breaks down
Yeah,
after this
it's
point,
like-
and this is when
Rocky
they
hits a townie. She whacks a townie.
who does?
Rocky does.
She hits a town.
They're taking out townies left and right.
Right. Okay.
That's what I mean. Like the Native American person that comes in, they're all just town people that just show up, and it turns into this brawl,
Right.
this motorcycle brawl.
Yes. But this time the townies have a little more
Correct.
success and
Yeah.
cause more mayhem.
Yeah.
But it basically makes everything fall apart, and this is
Right.
when everyone
Right.
the fracture happens and it splinters between two parties.
I said in my notes, the king rides out. So now while we've got this festering happening, and like King's really hurt too, right? Like he's really hurt.
Yeah, I mean, he
Yes.
got hurt in that first match that we see him fighting.
it's his
And we
bachelor
say he's already
Yeah.
hurt to begin with, but now he's got this big stitch.
I
you
thought he
know,
was gonna die.
going across his collarbone.
I thought he was gonna
Right.
die in that scene in the tent, but he doesn't die right there.
He doesn't die, no. But he gets even more hurt. Alan says Prince, whatever his name is, basically says, "I'm out of here. I got to take off for a while."
Yeah. So he
I just need it. And you take a ride,
He grabs
Julie.
Julie and
Jamie, whatever, whoever.
Julie,
yeah.
I think it is.
They bail.
Yep, and one other guy.
One other person.
Morgan and his Black Knights.
And then
go.
Morgan and the Black Knights go with the promoter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They follow the money and leaving just a few people behind.
Yep.
Basically, the ren-faire workers
Yeah.
stay with King Billy.
Oh, Judy. Judy and Tuck are the other
Or
couple.
the other couple.
Okay.
And they're actually very cute.
Yeah. So now you just basically got like not much of a show left anymore because you've got, we'll call them the White Knights, I guess. You know.
Well, they're like the Billy
But
people.
The Billy people, yeah. Which
The
like
village people.
and even some of the folks hawking their wares are not happy with how things are going.
Right.
Yeah, where's
So-
the merchants getting represented in
Yeah.
all this?
Enter Joe Pilato, my man, for his one little on-screen rant. Captain from Day of the Dead.
Hilarious.
Love it.
Is he the one that gets fined $20?
Does he? Is that what it is?
No, like Billy at one point says, "You're fined $20." Like,
I think it was him.
what's that?
It's either him or it's the other guy.
That it was one of the merchants.
Yeah.
It was one of the merchants when they had moved on and they were having their little meeting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was. I
But
think it was
Billy
him.
fines one person $20 for bringing something. Like, why shouldn't we get paid
Yeah.
as much too, or
I mean,
something?
that's a $20 fine. It's like, who are you?
Yeah. Anyway.
Nice.
So now we get to see Tom Savini in a little skivvies.
What is he wearing? So,
Wow.
So, Tom.
Wow.
Tom and so it's a team of three: the photographer, the schmoozy guy, and then the other lady. So the other lady and Morgan are kind of having a little dalliance,
Yeah.
and which we know is not going to go well. We're happy for Tuck and Judy. That's very cute. And it's funny. Like at one point, the guy's like, "We got to get rid of Tuck." So they go to a photo shoot, and Tuck actually stands up for Judy, and he's like, "Why isn't Judy shooting this?"
That's
And,
true.
and they
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
some kind of bullshit answer, and
Right.
it's like that's not very cool because Judy deserves to be the one shooting this. She's been on the piece the whole
Right.
time. So Tom Savini is wearing
It's like a little
medieval codpiece type thing during the photo shoot.
Yeah.
All stretched out.
It is so awkward.
It is.
It's very that era Playgirl.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's not happy. He's clearly embarrassed.
Right.
And his boys are like making fun of
Yeah.
him, and of course they don't want him and any of them in the shot. They just want him.
Right.
So, and like they have a little pool party moment, and he and the lady are gonna hook up, and then she's like, "Oh, too bad. You can't stay here forever because boyfriend's gonna come back."
That's our second film we've reviewed that has a disco photo shoot. You remember from Maniac? Going to a showdown.
So, oh my god, I'm so distracted.
I didn't realize, but
So now Morgan, the motorcycle boot is on the other foot. He's starting to see, oh, this must be how Ange feels
Oh.
right.
when I'm a dick.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it doesn't feel good to be the person that's led on and then dumped, does
Right.
it?
Yeah.
So he has to learn that lesson.
You have to.
You have to learn that lesson. Wait, we missed a key, crucial part. When Julie decides to run away and join this circus, she goes and, she goes to pack her stuff.
Right.
Yes.
Her mom has been beaten by the dad. Again, brutal domestic violence.
Big old black guy.
And she's basically like, you took that beating for me. Again, we go from banjos and cod pieces to this, and it is like, oh my god, this is horrifying. And her mom's like, it's awful. While Julie is packing, can you put up the screenshot? Do you still have it? Does not have it. You know I love to look at weird things in the background of movies.
Okay.
I haven't had one in a while. She has this giant John Travolta poster, and it says Travolta, and it's him like doing a little.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Saturday Night Fever. I
Yep.
said, pause it. Pause it. And I was like, she got a Travolta poster. We rewound it back so we could see it. We laughed and laughed. And then I was at David, who was it on? She had another guy and she gave him a kiss, another poster.
Oh, Jesus. I don't remember now.
was it David
Cassidy?
Cassidy?
It did
or-
kind of look
Probably
like David
was.
Cassidy.
This is-
or
say.
Leaf Garrett. Or,
Yeah, one of those.
Frampton. But anyway, that's the second time Frampton has come up.
Frampton, he comes alive.
He comes alive. So, yeah, anyway, it's just, I love weird little things in movies that I catch, like oversized phones.
Right.
And I found Travolta.
Yeah.
So at the same time, we're talking about Julie. Remember, she, and Alan and the other guy are with some friends, and then Alan has a realization that this isn't just gonna work. As they're out talking, and she's laying out. It's like, can we just go party or something? Whatever she says, and
So, she's not Toad.
Right.
And it's so stupid when he breaks up with her. I mean, you feel bad because she's crying. And she's like, I don't understand. And he's like, I know you don't. And you're like, oops, who knows? And
it's like you don't know the Knight's Code, and I'm not
Well-
going to explain it to you.
and he's in love with Lynn. So it was never going to work for so many reasons.
Right.
But it is kind of a weird little breakup scene.
it is.
No, it is. It's.
But she does a good job.
Oh, she's
Great
very,
job.
very, very distraught. Yeah,
Yes.
she's great. And then back with Morgan's guys. Now his guys are like, they have an all-out brawl where they're.
Oh, they're trashing a hotel room.
Yeah, they're hitting the head over with hitting themselves over the head with lamps, and they're bloody, and
Yeah.
and I think Morgan again is like, kind of sucks to be in charge in a way.
Right. Like when you're like
it's,
in charge
it's
but not in
another
charge.
lesson
Yeah.
that he's learning.
He's learned. To speak in their tongue.
I don't know.
They would say learned.
Or to speak in my mush mouth tonight.
So Alan comes to bring Morgan and the boys home.
Yes.
He says you can't just quit and become a king of your own troop. You have to take over
If you want to be king.
if you
You
want to
gotta
be
do it
king.
right.
Yeah,
You gotta do it right.
do it right. And
So-
if you're gonna do it right.
So they steal some of the gear. I
Steal all the new gear.
It looks like this.
Yep.
It is this material,
Mhm.
but painted silver.
Oh. You know what I thought?
This is not going to defend somebody in battle.
I thought this is like peak 1981 Raiders Black Hole.
It is Black Hole. It's so Raiders Black Hole 1981, and that is said with full compliments.
Like season 1 Power Rangers had better designed costumes than these.
Probably had a bigger budget.
Season 1, yeah, exactly.
That's not true either.
No.
That's super not true.
But the boys come back.
And
But the-
and the
but the
king
boys
kind
come
of
back.
like, you know, he's having his little moments and processing some things, and he's like, they're gonna be back, and Ange is like, they're gonna be back. So we're kind of, you know, relying on this, and they do. And we have what I call a family reunion match, and it's full of good spirits, mirth, and teamwork.
And passion over the head.
Still violence. Violence is code.
But it's basically it's a tournament for the kingship.
And
Right.
even like when Judy wants to take pictures and texts like, oh no.
No,
Yeah.
this is
Keep us in the family.
Yeah.
I paused it and I told Scott, I'm like, as a fellow photographer and documentarian, it's kind of rude. It's kind of hurtful. So
But it also needs. It wasn't for the public eye.
Consumption.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
So
So it's Billy's guys versus Morgan's guys.
right, as it always is.
Yeah.
Tom Savini cries. Ed cries, but this is like the 7th time he's
I know.
cried in this movie.
Right. Like we all know Ed Harris is a good actor.
Correct.
So
Right.
we expect that.
Yeah.
But then when Tom actually wins the tournament and Ed is handing the crown over, yes,
Very emotional.
Tom has
Yeah.
got emotion.
I love how we skipped over the whole tournament here in like 30 seconds.
There was,
when
like-
it feels like it's half of the fucking movie.
It is
You want
very
to talk about,
long.
can you cut 20 minutes?
We could cut it there.
right there.
It's
Yeah.
long.
It is
Yeah.
like you know, it's the first 2 I actually like every moment of them personally. I think they're very long, but they have like a lot of interesting stuff. By the time this 3rd one comes along, we've kind of seen all of this.
It is a little
We've
repetitive.
seen all the
It's
tricks.
redundant.
We've seen people face
Yeah.
plant and fucking die.
But except this one's more like a battle royale though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because they're all
Yeah.
It's a melee.
at the same time.
Yeah.
I just the dramatic stakes I just didn't feel like was there anymore because there was so much.
Okay.
And King Billy is just sitting there with a big goofy grin
Yeah.
the entire time, like I
My
got the band
children.
back together.
My
You know,
children.
like that's all he cares about.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Morgan makes amends to Ange. We should say
Yes.
that. And then of course he becomes king.
King.
And Ange becomes queen.
Yep.
And it's time for the next generation to take over. It's time.
That's
It's
right.
time. And then this way, Lynn gets to be with Alan.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Now this is typically where a film would end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no
Walks off
no.
into the sunset, or maybe just dies. You know, maybe
Right.
maybe we do like the classic Planet of the Apes situation where it's like, okay, well, this is my last hurrah. I'll be dying off screen after this. Oh, nay, nay.
No, sir.
he
We
goes
go on.
riding off.
He is a man of code,
Yeah.
and he's made some promises.
He's promises.
He's got to keep those promises.
That's true.
He's a man of his word. So he and the character. I mean, I kind of just kept referring to him as the Black Feather
Bird, yeah.
because it doesn't he doesn't really get named.
No.
But he never says anything. He just sort of follows.
Yep.
Oh, he got knighted at some
Did get
point.
He did get knighted, yes.
So he is a fellow knight now. But
So they take off, and he goes back for vengeance on the crooked cop.
Yep.
And I said, really, what he's doing is making a huge mess for the people in that McDonald's.
Yes.
And
They pay though.
Yeah.
Feather tries to smooth it over by giving a silver piece of his ball, which is
yeah, but
funny.
the thing is, I mean,
People are
Billy
cheering.
kicks the shit out of this cop all over the place, and
Yeah.
there's a funny gag where the server keeps ringing things up as things get broken and spilled, but that's funny.
I like
It's a
that
good
guy.
bit.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good
It is a good
He
bit.
puts the cop's gun in the
But-
fryer.
doesn't unload it either. I don't know.
Put you a gun in a fryer.
But I don't think bullets go in.
I question that one.
Yeah,
That's pretty
scalding hot oil.
So maybe not that.
Yeah.
But people are rejoicing. They're having
But
a
the
good
fact
time.
that the people are cheering the entire time makes me think that this guy has pissed a lot of people off.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. He's so crooked.
Yeah.
Now we forgot to mention this. So the first time Billy really pissed me off. So that poor kid wants an autograph, and he's like, "I can't sign this, okay? Because
I feel like it was something from his past life.
Well, I think it was because they said. Remember, they were at that show that they did.
Was that what it was?
Yeah,
It was a
'cause-
magazine. Someone wrote an article about them. and
Oh,
him,
see, I
that he
thought
didn't
it was
okay.
like Billy, before doing this, rode motorcycles, for motocross or whatever.
And somehow that article makes
somehow
him like Richard Ramirez and not Richard Ramirez.
That's the Night Stalker.
That's right. No, we said that the Blackbird looked like Richard Ramirez. No,
yeah.
The first shot, anyway.
The very
Yeah.
first shot.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I get it.
No. But he compared himself.
Oh, he said, "I'm not evil
He
Knievel."
contrasted
Evil Knievel.
himself to
Right.
Yeah.
Evil Knievel.
That's what it was.
No, but also Jim Jones. No, not Jim Jones.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
say
he does say
Jones.
Jim
Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Like he contrasts himself to cult leaders.
For signing an autograph?
Like yeah.
It's a
because,
bit
like,
much.
Yeah,
he
that's
can't be so famous and popularized and like something about the purity of people joining this cult.
It's a cult.
Billy.
Yeah,
We're in
that's
a cult
kinda weird,
status
though.
now.
I would say that even in medieval times, people had their favorite knights and
Of course they did.
wore their jerseys and
Of course they did. But but this
bought
is
their energy
this is
drink.
Billy's cult, and he doesn't want to.
Billy don't sign autographs.
No, and it's so ridiculous. And I was very happy when Morgan signed the kid's autograph. So now Billy goes into the damn classroom, bloody with a weapon.
While they're saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hilarious.
Did you guys ever have to do that in school?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were still doing that then?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they really do that anymore in California.
Oh no. And he gives the kid his sword.
Yes.
So that's nice.
Yep. I like it, he walks out. He just looks at the teacher, and says, "Excuse me," on his way out.
And all the kids just get up and like,
Yeah.
oh, you got a sword.
So
You got
Now
the
we're-
Billy sword.
we're back on the motorcycle, and the king is bleeding.
Yes.
Yes.
Profusely bleeding,
He dreams
And
he is not on a motorcycle but a horse.
and then
Yeah.
And, then splat.
if you've seen
and then maximum overdrive.
Pet cemetery.
Yes, all.
Pieces go flying.
Literal.
if you've
pieces.
seen the ending of Sons of Anarchy.
Which I have not, but
Um,
Billy gets wiped.
and then we see a grave.
Yes.
And everybody's at the grave,
Right. Everyone's coupled up now, as they should be.
except for me and Merlin. Me, Merlin.
Oh, Merlin don't.
No, he's
Merlin
past
dates
that.
his harmonica. Merlin dates magic.
That's right. We have a love affair with magic. And the troop rides on.
Yep.
There you go.
And then we see a couple of zombies in the distance in the graveyard.
Yeah, it's kind of abrupt. There's like 4 false endings,
Yeah.
and then splat.
And then
Splat.
finally it is just like, boom.
Yeah.
Funky,
Funky.
Real? Yeah, funky.
Funky,
Charming.
Charming.
charming,
Mm-hmm.
obsession,
A hoot.
hoot and a half.
Give it up for George yet again.
Yeah.
All right, round of
for
applause.
sure.
Woo.
Yay. So hey guys, you want to play a game?
Hell yeah.
All right. And we're back. All right. So I didn't give this game a name game. So let's just call it the night game.
I've been on the culture with the game with
All
no
right.
name.
So I am going to read you guys a synopsis. I will then give you 3 titles. One is correct. You have to pick the correct one to get the point.
Okay,
Are you ready?
we're ready.
Okay.
Ready.
Number 1. And then Scott, after we do it, then you can put up the poster. Okay. After sustaining a blow to the head, a medieval world employee wakes up in 14th century England. This movie is from 2001. Is it A Knight's Redemption, Rise of the Dark Sorcerer, The Black Knight, The Knight's Secret Society, Guardians of the Ancient Order?
Oh, I like that one.
I don't know.
So you feel like me during one of your games. Like,
Right.
I like that one
I
with the
don't
long
know.
title at the end.
Yeah, from 2001.
Would you like the tagline?
Yeah.
Would that help? All right. Neil never gives us a tagline until after. A comedy about a man out of his time and out of his mind.
Wow.
Well, now I'm not so sure.
And I won't always give you the tagline, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Would you like those names again?
Sure.
A, The Knight's Redemption, Rise of the Dark Sorcerer. B, The Black Knight. C, The Knight's Secret Society, Guardians of the Ancient Order.
Could be the first one.
I like the third one.
We're going with the third.
You're going with the third one. Okay. So the correct answer was B, The Black Knight, starring Martin Lawrence.
Oh, crap.
Never seen it.
I haven't
heard of
either,
it.
but I remember
I remember that film,
watching
yeah.
that.
God dang it.
Yeah.
That was actually my first thought because I've only heard of that film. I hadn't heard of the other two.
There you go. Well,
Yes.
you hadn't heard of them because I made them up.
All right. Well, good job.
I'm going to blow my nose off camera. Am I off camera?
Kind of.
Should I read while you're blowing?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
These images got resized.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
That's all right. I don't care. Number 2. June Havens chats up her charming seatmate on a flight out of Kansas, but she doesn't realize that she will soon land in the middle of an international adventure. Is it A, Night and Day, B, Nightfall, C, The Knight's Quest?
A.
I mean, I know Night and Day is a real movie.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
they?
Well, yeah, but that's not the same movie, is it?
I
Yes,
don't
it
know.
is. It's A.
It is A. In fact, it is.
That movie.
You have 1 point.
Anne Heche.
And this,
Oh, no.
this
That was her name.
Cameron
Cameron
Diaz
Diaz.
and
That too.
Tom Cruise.
All the films night related?
Yes, they will all be Knight with a K.
Okay.
Good to know.
That's it.
Okay.
All right, number 3. A medieval English knight is magically transported to present-day America, where he falls for a high school science teacher who is disillusioned by love. This movie came out in 2019.
Oh, that's recent.
Is it Silent Night? That was A. B, Oh Holy Night. C, The Night Before Christmas.
It's definitely a Hallmark. Or, like, of that ilk.
Of that ilk.
I would go with The Night Before Christmas then if it's a Hallmark, but what do you think?
Well, it's of the ilk, doesn't necessarily...
Okay.
What was the last two?
Oh Holy Night was B. C
Yeah.
is The Night Before
Night
Christmas.
Before Christmas.
Okay.
See.
That is correct. And that starred Vanessa
Hudgens.
It was a Netflix movie.
Oh my gosh, Josh Whitehouse was in that?
Oh, you know that?
Nope.
Okay. Oh,
No
okay.
clue.
I left his name off because he doesn't look familiar and I don't know the name.
Oh, look at that.
Netflix film. Looks horrid.
He looks like a hobbit, actually,
The Hobbit Before Christmas.
holding Sting. All right, number 4.
I'm sure you do.
2 points. Okay. Number 4. Lancelot falls in love with Guinevere, who is due to be married to King Arthur. Meanwhile, a violent warlord tries to seize power from Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. Is it A, Entanglement of the Night, B, First Night, C, Night on the Rocks of Love?
Well, before you even named those, which are all great, I knew it was B.
Would you like the tagline?
Yes.
Their greatest battle would be for her love.
That's right.
Is that
It's
the Richard,
actually a good movie.
the Richard Gere one?
Richard Gere,
Okay.
Sean Connery,
Oh, yeah, okay.
Julia Ormond. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yes. First Night.
All
Okay.
right.
5. You guys are doing good.
We got 3 so
Yeah.
far.
With the help of allies, a hero has been able to keep a lid on crime in the city he protects. But while a vile new criminal suddenly throws the town into chaos, the hero begins to tread a fine line between heroism and vigilantism.
I have a feeling it's The Dark Knight.
Don't answer before I give you the. I spent a lot of time on these. All right. Is it A, Knight's Revenge, B, Code of the Night, C, The Dark Knight?
See.
See?
Excellent.
Okay, very good.
I'm Batman.
You know how funny it was? I had to take out every single Batman, Joker that was all in the plot synopsis.
Very good.
All right. Number 6. After his master dies, a peasant squire, fueled by his desire for food and glory, creates a new identity for himself as a knight.
I don't.
Is it We Eat at Night, Fortune and Yakitori?
Nice, go.
B, A Knight's Tale. C, Open All Night.
B. It's B. And I still love it.
Fortune and Yakitori.
I love it. Make that film.
Very good.
Whew, I got lightheaded laughing so hard. Okay. Number 7. A fallen warrior rises against a corrupt and sadistic ruler to avenge his dishonored master. This was from 2015 and did not have a tagline. Is it A, Last Nights, B, Revenge at Night, C, Shadow at Night?
This one's all you.
I say not B, but what was A and C?
A was Last Nights, C was Shadow at Night.
I like C.
You like C? It was actually A. Starring Clive Owen and Morgan Freeman.
Wow.
Huh.
Never heard of it. This is what happens when you type nights
I
Yeah.
kind of want to see it.
into yeah. Okay. Still doing good though. You did not get that point though, so I'm taking that one away. I don't know why I did that. Number 8. King Arthur's rule is threatened by the adulterous love between Sir Lancelot and Queen Guinevere, a relationship the king's enemies hope to exploit. My God.
Sounds serious.
Right? This is from 1953, by the way. It's an old one. Is it A, The Knight's Destiny, B, Knights of Camelot, C, Knights of the Round Table?
Ooh.
And I will give you the tagline if you ask
Hit it.
nicely.
Hit it.
All right, it's not really a
I'll
tagline.
wipe you, man.
MGM's first CinemaScope production.
Wow.
And Skinamarink.
Right.
Knights of
The
Camelot.
Knight's Destiny,
Round Table.
Knights of Camelot, Knights of the
I'm between
Round
B and
Table.
C.
Me too.
Should we do?
Flip a coin.
We're gonna do 2 Russian bow.
Okay.
Rock,
What
paper, scissors.
happens?
I'm
Yes.
B, you're C.
Okay.
Bet.
Boom.
B.
B?
Whatever she said I
Oh,
was.
you're C. You're
You
C.
C.
I'm C.
C is correct. Knights of the Round Table, starring Robert Taylor and Ava Gardner.
Yay.
Yay.
All right. Number
And Mel Ferrer.
9.
Oh, good old Mel.
Look at that poster, man. It's a good looking poster.
That was a
Okay.
great poster.
Number 9. When a Chinese rebel murders Chan's estranged father and escapes to England, Chan and Roy make their way to London with revenge on their mind. Is it High Noon at Night, Cold London Nights, Shanghai Nights?
Shanghai Nights.
Let's do it.
Shanghai.
Correct. Jackie Chan and
Yeah.
Owen Wilson, the sequel to Shanghai Noon?
Noon?
Noon.
Yeah. What a
Something
pair.
like that.
What a pair.
What a pair.
I know. Tagline, a royal kick in the arse.
No, it's not. No. Oh, that's a terrible poster. Look at stupid, like, if you put Big Ben in there and it's got, like, that's, like, those green pants. I hate it.
Dang.
I don't know. For 2003, I feel that's a very fitting poster.
Maybe.
All right. Number 10. Are you ready? When a number of women are violently murdered in the middle of a big chess tournament, chess star and grandmaster Peter Sanderson is named the primary suspect since his girlfriend is among the victims.
Shit.
This is from 1992, the year Neil and I graduated from high school. I had never heard of this movie. Is it A, Night Moves, B, Night Takes Queen, C, Cold as Night?
I like cold.
I like Night Moves.
I like Night Moves.
Light moves it is.
A is correct.
Yay for
Christopher
us.
Lambert, Tom Skerritt, Diane Lane.
Wow.
And apparently Daniel Baldwin.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I think the people will forgive me for omitting Daniel Baldwin.
The people.
The people.
Wow.
I might have
Alright.
to pick that one for a movie, for one of our picks sometimes. Sounds interesting.
I
I'm
don't
going to be
know.
absent that day.
Christopher Lambert.
He's not my Highlander.
Okay,
McLeod is my Highlander.
number 11. During King Arthur's time, a sword maker wishes to win Lady Lynette's heart, but first he must become a noble knight. This is from 1954.
Jesus.
Tagline, Alan Ladd's biggest adventure.
They weren't so good at taglines back then.
They needed some work.
Is it A, Moon Knight Serenade, B, The Black Knight, C, The Light of Night?
Boy.
A?
This one I think you could just, toss
A.
A, it is actually again The Black Knight.
Oh, son of a Black Knight
I
got us
know,
again.
right?
Alan Ladd's biggest goddamn adventure. Technicolor.
Freaking Alan
Look at
Ladd.
that. So obviously starring Alan Ladd.
Technicolor.
And Peter Cushing is in it.
Oh, we love him.
Yeah, right?
Breathtaking.
Okay, 3 more. You guys with me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Sorry. Oh,
Sort
yeah.
of torturing
All right.
Neil.
Number 12.
We're not doing so well.
Okay, this one I kind of want to pick. In the future, a kickboxer and a robot lead a revolution against the ruling cyborgs. This is from 1993.
Wow.
Sounds like Scott would like it.
Tagline, in the futuristic showdown to end them all. Is it A, Knight's binary code, B, Knights, C, Knight's revolution?
Sometimes it's good to go simple. Maybe it's B.
Just Knights?
Just a night.
All right.
Is your final answer?
Let's go for it.
That is correct.
All
Yeah,
right.
I was really proud of
job.
Knight's binary code.
That was a good one,
We got
yes.
Lance Henriksen,
Yeah, Lance Hendrickson.
Chris Christopherson,
Christopherson.
Warrior v Cyborg.
Kathy Long. Who the hell is Kathy
I have
Long?
no
Must be
idea.
the lady in
I
the
mean,
middle.
that movie looks so fucking bad. Not in a good way,
Wow.
but.
Warrior versus Cyborg.
Huh.
Huh.
And one of them's a robot. I wonder who.
I can't tell.
Looks like Lance.
Probably Lance.
I don't know.
Hot off of Aliens.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bless
Hey,
his
Lance,
heart.
can you steal some of that?
Right, that white goo.
Some of that stuff?
All right, we got it.
Yeah, if you've seen this, let us know. Should we? Is
Yeah,
this a
sound
future pick?
off.
Please. Okay, 2 more. Number 13. Led by their comedic leader, Turk, the Hollywood Knights Car Club raises hell throughout Beverly Hills in 1965. This movie came out in 1980.
1966. Just kidding.
The tagline, Beverly Hills and the civilized world will never forget them.
We did forget. Who the fuck are these people?
What does that even mean? Is it A, the Beverly Hills Knights, B, the Hollywood Knights, C, Hot August Nights?
Well, that's a real thing.
It's either A or B would be my guess.
A. B.
Which was there's Beverly Hills
Beverly
Knights?
Hills Knights, the Hollywood Knights,
The Hollywood
the,
Knights.
the Beverly Hills Knights, the Hollywood Knights, Hot August Nights.
Beverly or Holly?
I don't know why, but I'm feeling like Caleb was trying to
Trick us.
trick us a little with the Beverly Hills one because
Yeah.
that's in the description.
Yeah.
Whereas the Hollywood Knights,
Caleb's tricky.
you know,
It's tricky to rock around.
it is. I'm gonna go with B.
B.
B is correct.
I
Yes,
knew you were trying
That's
to trick
exactly
us.
what I was trying to do when I
Yeah.
came up with that. You know
Huh.
me so well.
That looks like a movie I don't want to see. And that time
Yeah,
has
it
forgotten.
just kind of looks like a ripoff of like,
Rock and Roll High School
Yes.
or
Yeah.
something else. Yeah.
yeah. Kind of.
That's what me. I don't know. Yeah.
It stars Tony Danza, Michelle Pfeiffer, Fran Drescher's in it.
Wow.
So it's got a cast of
Peeps.
Well,
before
Tony
they-
Danza's in it.
before they were. Hold me close, young Tiny Danza. Okay, last one. Going out on a bang, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Number 14. I'm definitely picking this one in the future, by the way.
Okay.
2 young gamblers are on a non-stop roll, but soon the casino wants to even the odds and bring their winning streak to a close. This came out in 1983. The tagline, "She's got the plan, they've got the nerve. They'll give everyone just what they deserve."
Wow.
Jeez, that was like a soliloquy.
Yeah.
Is it A, Stacy's Nights? It's got it going on. Just Stacy's Nights. Just Stacy's Nights. B, Nights Wild. C, Knights and Queens. Stacy's Nights,
Ooh.
Nights Wild, Knights and Queens.
I kind of like Stacy.
The
But
first one?
yeah, but I don't know. It's so specific to say Stacy.
It is. Versus like, what was it? Night's Wild?
It's wild.
Nights Wild, Knights and Queens.
Huh.
Keeps.
Stacy.
Really? You want that one?
I want Stacy.
Okay, Sandra demands A.
Stacy's Nights is correct.
Yes.
Wow. Sandra
This
saved the
movie
day.
has Kevin Costner in it at the very top there
I
in
see
the
him.
hat, which is probably why I'm picking it.
Look at her devil may care pose.
I know, right?
Who
Doesn't that
plays
look
Stacy?
Awesome. It looks like Saturday. Stacy was.
From here, it's like Gina What's-her-face.
Davis.
Yeah,
no,
from
it's
here.
not, it's
The cowboy.
Jesus Christ, where'd it go?
The actress.
3, 4.
Huh.
The champ. No more.
We got 11 right. That's
You
pretty good.
Did. Andra Milan?
Oh, don't know.
I don't know.
Don't let
I
their
don't know.
disguise
Let
fool
me
you.
tabulate this.
Oh my God, what does that
Just
say?
hope it took everyone else. Just
Don't let their disguises fool you. Just hope it fools everyone
Oh,
else.
it fools everyone else. Thank you.
That's so crazy. There's an
Well,
exclamation
great
point.
job, guys.
I like the
I had a
poster.
lot of fun coming up with those
You did a
names.
good
Caleb.
job.
That was
Thank you, Caleb.
excellent.
You did a good job.
You guys did a good job.
You get the brownie points for tonight.
So, so next pick belongs to Sandra.
All right, this is going to be my first, probably last ever non-horror pick.
What?
Non-genre pick, non-horror pick.
Wasn't
I know.
Is Halloween Town horror?
Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
Non-genre, I said. It is going to be Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Nice.
All right.
And you can watch it
You
with
can
us.
you come watch it with us
Yeah.
next Thursday. Yeah, cool. Well, hey, you know what? It's hot. It's
It is.
time to
I'm out of water.
cool down.
Thanks for putting up with my coughing. Sorry.
And all the nose blowing going on over here.
Remember, you got to stick to your guns
That's right.
or your motorcycle. Because if you fall off your motorcycle,
You get wiped.
you flight.
That's right.
That lady was okay that got hit by the tire.
She was okay. Yeah, luckily, and they had insurance. So they were okay. Thanks to Steve.
Thanks to Steve. I was gonna say it's gonna take them out to pay for that
1980,
lady.
1981 insurance, so it's probably like a
That's true.
band-aid and aspirin and like get the fuck out of here.
$20.
Thank you, everyone. Bruce Scott has to cut it, so we have time for music in the podcast.
The CULTSHOW is filmed before a live studio audience in Santa Rosa, California. Check out the video version of this podcast on YouTube, or find us online at thecultshow.com. We appreciate you listening and hope you can leave some positive comments. Thanks again and talk with you soon.
Going to a showdown.